My name is Bridgid Bibbens, and I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I've lived there for about 4 years, and I play the 7-string fretted Viper violin. I've been incredibly lucky in the opportunities that I've had. I've gotten to perform with Christina Aguilera and Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, John Mayer, Alicia Keys, and people that I grew up as a fan of, and all of a sudden I was sharing the stage with them, which has been really, really cool. I found Bugera amps about 2 years ago. I was trying to find my signature tone and plugged into every single amp that I could find in Guitar Center, and finally plugged into the 6262, and I was sold immediately. It was like a choir of angels started singing, and that was my baby. And since then I've fallen in love with the entire Bugera line. I first discovered the electric violin probably about 10 years ago. I knew of its existence, but I'd always been what I would call a classical snob. I was classically raised and trained, and never really wanted to branch out. And then I discovered electric playing and the versatility of it, and I guess sort of broadened my horizons doing it about 10 years ago, and then really got into it like 5 years ago. I've been working for the Electrify Your Strings educational program for about 3 years. And we travel all over the country. I work with Mark Wood, who is the inventor of this instrument, as well as with the educational program. And we travel all over the U.S. and soon to be internationally, working with kids and teaching them how to rock out in their school orchestra. I grew up in the classical world and in the classical box. I often refer to it as being paper trained, and it was really challenging for me as a classical musician to have the music, sheet music, taken away from me, and learning to find my own creative voice. I first sat in with a band in upstate New York, and the bass player said, "All right, we're in E, go." And they started playing this tune. I don't even remember what the tune was, but I realized that I was, as a musician, I was a great athlete. I was a great classically trained violinist, and I could play the Tchaikovsky violin concerto with my hands tied behind my back. But to be able to just play for the sake of playing music, I was completely incapable of, and I felt really stunted as a musician at that moment, and I thought, this is a whole world that I need to explore, which is when I began going electric and exploring these different styles of music, and why I feel really lucky now to get to give back to students an opportunity that I never had growing up, which is learning how to improvise, learning how to play with all this new technology, just putting distortion on for a bunch of 6th graders. Their mouths they're wide open, and they're just in shock that their instrument can sound like that. So it's really cool that all of the time and energy that their parents have invested in their classical training and in this instrument can then be sort of transferred and augmented with this whole new world of technology. I'm Bridgid Bibbens. I play the 7-string fretted electric Viper violin, and I'm a proud Bugera artist.